Nate, what's up, my man?
What's up?
I was trying to sneak you in there, just doing a lift real nonchalantly, and then all of a sudden we were clink, clink, clink. I had to mute it real fast.
Dude, I know I had to leave the gym because they're playing music in there, so I had to bounce real quick.
It was all good. I was trying to catch you there. What'd you have on there? I don't know, 305?
I had 305 for incline, yeah.
Oh, look at that, my man. You actually think I know something, don't I?
Smoking me.
Awesome, man. How's life been?
Dude, it's been great. Such a blessing, bro. Such a
Awesome, man.
blessing. A lot of things been happening. A lot of things.
Great, man. Great to hear. Talk to us a little bit about your charity endeavor that you did with your shoe campaign, because I heard it was a phenomenal success. I heard you blew past your goals and expectations.
Yeah, huge success. So I initially planned it for a month. Back when I was in high school, I did Eagle Scouts, or I did Scouts, and for my Eagle Scout project, I worked with Souls for Souls. That was the same group that I worked with this time, and then I think my goal was like 100 pairs of shoes, and it was the same thing. They send them off to either within our country or out of the country and everything. But this time, I want to be ambitious for a month. My goal was set for 300 pairs. So I posted in the gym. I posted on my IG every day. And I mean, the feedback was phenomenal. People of Buffalo and the gym community were just crowding behind it. So I was able to end up donating with everyone helping and everything, 636 pairs of shoes. So absolutely smoked the goal.
Amazing. Congrats.
It was amazing, dude. It was such a blessing too. I pull up to UPS and they're looking at me all sorts of funny because I've got 7 boxes stuck full of shoes. I'm like, yep, I got to send these off. So I sent them off, and then Souls for Souls wrote something back to me. And then they're right now in the works. They're going to be taking a picture pretty soon of when they send them off. They'll send me a picture of where they went to and everything. But man, it was just heartwarming to see like community and people come together for like a cause outside of themselves, to look towards others. And that was a blessing.
Yeah, I mean, Nate, to that end, what we've seen over time, obviously the big elephant in the room is that Power Slap gets all these views, and there's millions and millions of people viewing any given clip that gets posted throughout the day. And for some of the athletes, that translates really well. Yourself being one of them. People in the double digits. There's a couple in the triple digits also when it comes to followership. Yeah. What did it mean to you? Was it sort of surreal for you when you realized what kind of influence you really do have, being able to not only surpass your goal but go past double it?
Man, honestly, it was just a huge blessing. With this whole Power Slap journey, I mean, it's made such a difference in my life for the better. And I feel like, I feel like that little light, here, because I'm very gracious and thankful for God, and I'd be looking at some of the Power Slap folk, and they're doing whatever they want to do with their winnings and everything, and that's rightfully so. They can do whatever they want. For me, I wanted to make a little bit of change and a little bit of difference in Buffalo, in this community, and to see the fruits of that labor happen. It's such a beautiful thing. So it's been a blessing. I've enjoyed a lot of the Power Slap guys, we're able to donate to. And I mean, the followers and everything on Instagram and stuff, I mean, it's cool. And sometimes I have to check myself, or some of my friends will check me and be like, yo, you can't just be, a normal dude. People look up to you, and I'll see that when I'm out shopping, or when I'm, on the night out of the town, people come up, oh, you're the Power Slap guy. You're the Power Slap guy. Oh, Buffalo Soldier. And I try to keep it real poised, but to see this light and what I'm able to do with it, that's the biggest blessing of it all.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I kind of want to circle back on something that we brewed up a little bit on social. We talked about it just briefly, but it hasn't been publicly discussed. Obviously, Wes Mena comes in as a heavyweight. He's a professional bodyguard, and he has this really respectful kind of outlook on you, talks about you being one of these kind of trailblazers at the top of your division, but somebody that he would love to do like a bodyguard versus bodyguard type of thing. And you seem to have a really respectful response to that. What were your thoughts on his comment in that way? And then also just the fact that there's people entering the sport from not only now we see football, we see bodybuilding, we see personal trainers, and now we also see a professional bodyguard, a guy who protects NFL players and other celebrities.
No, to see that, I mean, he even approached me before he even posted it. He's like, hey, I just want to let you know, I want to give you your flowers and everything for, what you've been doing. And I appreciate you. And I even coming up to this, I got a lot of respect for you. And I'm like, I appreciate you too. I will never talk down on anyone unless they give me a reason to. And so for him, he showed nothing but respect. And so when he went ahead and posted that bodyguard versus bodyguard, I'm down with it, man. I mean, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. If you come in there with respect and, you want to step on that stage and rip my head off, and I want to step on that stage and rip your head off, but at the end of the day, we squashing this cool. That's what I'm about. So I was laughing. I thought it was hilarious. I texted him on the side. And then he even made them, a little short banter. He's just like, this is how you actually go ahead and professionally approach somebody instead of blow up their messages like nonstop, which I've had that before with a few folk. So no, I'm down with it, man.
Yeah, again, like I said, I think you're a class act, man, and you're just always very respectful. And to the people that tell you you're a role model, they're telling you the truth. And even to your peers and the people who are your age or older, I think that there's a ton for us to learn from you also in the way that you carry yourself. So kudos for that, of course. A final one for me before I turn it over to Corey is where do you think your division is at? It's kind of in a weird place. Dwayne Crespo obviously just exited, goes up to super heavy. You're still up there at the very, very top. What do you think makes sense? Where do you think everybody is as far as that top three strikers, including the champion himself?
I think it's pretty respectable where it's at, but I know these guys coming in from the new season are hungry and they're ready to take it, right? And so my goal now after this downtime and after taking back-to-back L, I want to make sure no one can take that spot from me, and I want to be able to climb that rank so I can face the bell again, so I can face Ryan Phillips again. I know that these guys are hungry. When I saw that Crespo was going up to super heavyweight, I'm like, it kind of shocked me for a minute, but I also know that his goal and his vision was to hold 2 belts. He wants to go ahead. If he can't get it done in heavyweight, which he's been here for a minute, boom, he's going to go get it at super heavyweight and then maybe come back down to heavyweight. So for myself, I want to be able to, make sure no one can take this spot from me and be able to go against the bell again in the future. So I know folks are hungry. Folks are ready to go get it.
Yeah. I mean, you touched on 2 things there. You said, obviously coming off the loss, but, end the show. But if they were to call you and give you the winner of Road to the Title 3, would that be something you'd welcome, or do you want someone established higher in the rank than you right now?
Honestly, it's I would want someone that's more established and higher in the rank than me. I do think it's kind of funny if it were to be that case that they get someone on the Road to the Title winner, but at the end of the day, they sign a contract, I sign a contract, I got to get it done. So it doesn't matter to me. I've been very charitable. I've been very expressive towards my community here in Buffalo, but also I've been in the gym. As you see now, I live here. Mm-hmm. I've been working on my craft. I've been doing everything I can to make sure that shit doesn't happen again. So I'm going to make sure that it won't. So I'm ready for whatever God has in store.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we see you in the gym working hard all the time. It's, it's an interesting concept because obviously Road to the Title, the Brasa Power Slap want to, more or less expedite the winner in those weight classes for a potential title shot. Maybe right now, maybe it's still too young, but I think in the future that individual who gets that match, who's in the top 5 of the rank, I think it's actually be seen as a respect thing, because I think that honestly, to me at least, it means that the Brasa Power Slap believe that you are kind of that gatekeeper entry. And if these new guys coming in, they have to go through you to get that shot, I think is actually a sign of respect. And I think, if that opportunity comes with it for you, Ryan Phillips, Dorian Perez, I think that puts you in a really good position, because it's like, hey, we got this young cat coming up, and if you can squash him out, I mean, really, like it, it almost sets you up for an instant rematch at that point. So
Yeah, no, that's
definitely,
true. I was thinking about, actually I didn't even really think about that in
Mhm.
that aspect, and that's shame on me for being a little pessimistic, but that's true. I mean, that even happened to me. I had my debut match against Stevie, and then boom, I'm already going against Crespo,
Dwayne.
and then after Crespo, boom, already against DeBell. So I knew I was thrown into the water fast, but
Mhm.
they expected high things from me, and to see that nature, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. In a conversation I had with Erica, you were kind of the prototypical new power slap striker that they wanted. Football star, good American, good morals, good upbringing. Have you ever thought about how you have influenced the cats to come? Because you really had, like, looking back, you were kind of that first, pro, semi-pro athlete to really come into the sport. Have you thought about that and the impacts that you have had on recruiting since?
I've had talks with my folks about it. Definitely had a few talks with family and friends about it in that aspect. And I mean, it's definitely a humbling thing and a blessing. And I've chopped it up with a few of my friends talking about how they wanted to know like how I got into it when I first started. And then like, because I do a lot of research about the guys, and maybe I'll see guys in my division or guys in divisions lower than me or above me, and you kind of look at body composition, how they look and everything. It's just like, okay, so if we're supposed to be professional athletes, we need to hold ourselves to this standard. That means we need to be training this much and do this and this. We can't be missing weight. We got to be cutting weight. We got to be on the ball at all times. So
Mhm.
to be able to already be on par with all of that aspect physically, it was a humbling thing. Now it's more of the mental aspect. When I was, new into it, the mental aspect. Okay, there's a lot of people, lights, cameras. Will it affect you? Will it not affect you? So,
Mhm.
yeah, I've had some thoughts about it.
Yeah.
But it's overall, I mean, I feel like I'm doing all right.
Yeah. I mean, guys like Wes Mena, Brian Ellis, McKinney Manu,
Kalani,
Kalani
Evian.
as
Yep.
well. Yeah. Evian, guys like that. They should be thanking you and sending you roses at Christmas for opening that door and, kind of changing the eye in the way that they recruit, because I think you've had an impact on the sport, in different ways than just up there at the table.
Mhm.
And I know we kind of talked about it, and everyone's going to say the champion, but anybody you eye in the division that you think would make a great match for you next?
Um, in the division, no. I've seen a few new cats in the. I've seen it actually in the division. I've seen Ellis. Everyone's been talking about Ellis. Want that to happen for sure. That's my dog. Would love that. Loved step on stage with him. Perez is another one. Um, but for sure, my sights are for the Bell. I've seen a few of the new cats on the show, and if it's so be, it's so be. But the guys that I want are those ahead of me. I want Phillips again. I want DeBell again. I want to be able to hold that belt.
Yeah.
So it was in my grasp once, and that things happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't happen again.
Yeah, yeah. One of our very knowledgeable, I always mess up his name, Falopolich on Rumble, just brought up a really good point. If Turpin moved up, would you welcome that fight?
I'd welcome that fight with open arms. Open arms. I've got nothing wrong, no problems with Turpin. I was a little. A few of my buddies have become super fans of Power Slap and everything, and so is my family. And a lot of them were shooting me text messages beforehand. They saw the news before I did about Turpin losing weight and everything, and
I'm sure they've seen
for
it on Slap News, but just
and they
besides the side
definitely saw it on Slap News and stuff.
point.
But like a lot of me and my friends, we keep a lot. Everything we do is professional. Sure, we have our down times and shoot the shit, but we keep things professional. And so they were talking to me about that. They're just like, yo, you guys want to be deemed as professional athletes. You want to say that this is a sport, but you're not doing the things to make it be that, you know. If you want to be a role model and you have all these followers and you have this and that, why are you missing weight? And so that really struck with me. I'm like, damn. I'm like, you know, Turpin a good dude. You know, me and him, we broke bread, but in that aspect, I'm just like, damn, I didn't really think about it like that. Now that y'all say it, you know, it's true. If we want people to hold us to a higher caliber, we need to hold ourselves accountable for the actions that we do.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, Nate. I appreciate you joining us. Hopefully you didn't cool down too much so you can go finish off.
We'll get right back at it. We'll get right back at it.
All right, my man. Appreciate you. Much love, dude.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Take care.
All right.